Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. To you, I say Shalom. And I just want to go into a lesson going into how the serpent in the garden, he was a witch. Okay, he was a sorcerer. All right, he was a serpent. Okay, he was of the wicked. This is Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahweh power had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? All right, so, the beast of the field represents the nations who don't have the laws. Okay, these different nations, they don't have no standard to live by. All right. All right, so the beast of the field represents the nations. There's different precepts that speak on that, you know. But let's look up the word serpent. The word serpent in the Hebrew is nakash, nakash, and then it says serpent, snake, serpent. When you go to the root etymology of that word, it says to practice divination, divine, observe signs, learn by experience, diligently observe, practice fortune telling, take as an omen, to practice divination. Right. He was a witch. Okay. There was a wicked seed at that time. They were in the earth. Okay. And they came back as what? Cain. All right. Then Esau. Okay. And to this very day, that wicked seed are on earth and they're ruling the world. And they're using what? Enchantments. They're using enchantments. They're practicing divination. Okay. On the left hand side. He's an enchanter. The news, the media. That's how he uses enchantments. Through his media, his news. Okay. The different color schemes. His pharmaceutical drugs. He's a witchcraft. He pushes forth what? Idolatry. This man, because when people think of a witch, they think of a woman with the long nose, with the with the a pointy hat, wearing all black, stirring up a pot. There's levels to it, but even in that, you see, that's an enchantment. People actually believe that witches are, what I just described. See, that's part of his enchantments. That's part of his wine, his philosophy. So this man is practicing divination. This nation of people are the wicked according to the scriptures. Prognosticators. He uses magic and cast spells and conjuring up demons and summing up demons and changing the music frequency to a demonic frequency. He's channeling spirits. This is what he do. We're talking about the wicked here, okay? So that serpent was in the earth during that time, during this time. And it said, yeah, hath God said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden, which that's represent philosophy. Okay? This man is crafty, this crafty serpent. The NLT says, Genesis 3, verse 1, now the serpent was more cunning than any animal of the field which Yahweh power had made. And he said to the woman, has God really said you shall not eat from any tree of the garden? Let's look up that word cunning. In the Google definition, it says having or showing skill in achieving one's ends by deceit or evasion. Who is this talking about? Who is that cunning serpent? That's spreading this wine throughout the four corners of the earth. This wine represents philosophies. What nation of people is ruling the earth in wickedness? That proud serpent. This is Esau, Edom is being exposed. The so-called white men are the Edomites. You are the devil. You're that serpent. It says what? Skill in achieving one's end is by deceit. You see that? Who came up with most of the inventions and who took credit for it? Our people came up with most of these inventions and Esau took the credit for it. You see that? That same devil that's ruling the earth in wickedness, that hate Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that nation of people hate the Israelites. They're here today. And he's using what? Deceit, craftiness, deceitfulness. He's a liar. You see these presidents, they're liars. Because when you go to verse 4, he lied. He's saying the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die, for God doeth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened. Ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. That's true, but he said he lied right here. He said, verse 4, and the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. He lied. You see, he's a liar. It's not talking about an actual snake. It's talking about the serpent. He's known as the devil and Satan as well. Okay? Because let's read it. This is Revelation 20, verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. Okay? Verse 2. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. All right, this is going into the Byzantine Empire. All right. The bottomless pit represents Europe, that area over there. And Satan was bound. Satan, okay? Satan's children were bound. We're not talking about the spiritual being Satan. No. We're talking about a nation of people that is doing the work of Satan. He's doing the work of Satan in these last days. He was doing the work of Satan in those days. He always been doing the work of Satan. Okay, he's doing the work of Satan. The spiritual being Shaitan is the top angel on the left-hand side. Okay, and his children are the Edomites. Therefore, they're the wicked. Therefore, the scriptures say, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Okay, and he laid hold on the dragon, going into what? Esau. He's known as the dragon. Okay, during the Roman Empire. What? Esau was that was his biblical name. That's his name. But he took on the name of Romans. But hey, they're Edomites. Okay, this is the revival of the Roman Empire, America. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, the serpent in the garden, which deceived Eve. That's how sin came into the world, you see? That old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. All right, that's when our people, the Israelites, were ruling, in the areas of Europe. All right, for 1,000-year period. Esau was underneath the Israelites because we're scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. We've been scattered everywhere. Verse 3, and cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations no more. So this is talking about a nation of people. It says, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season. And right now, he's still ruling. Okay, he's been loosed. That's how we know we're at the end of Esau's empire. We're at the end of Esau's world. He's the end of the world. All right, he came into power during 1300s, 1400s, right? All right, that's when he started to get into power, and he's been ruling ever since. Okay, we're at the end of the world. So he's been loose for a little season. And what he's doing, deceiving the nations. That nation of people still deceiving. They're going to continue to deceive because Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai created them to be like that. That word serpent, in the Greek it says ophis. It says snake, serpent. This is with the ancients. The serpent was an emblem of cunning and wisdom. The serpent who deceived Eve was regarded by the Jews as the devil. Was regarded by the Jews as the devil. That serpent who deceived Eve was regarded by the Jews as the devil. So who deceived Eve? That wicked root, that deceiver, that serpent, that cunning serpent that used deception, that used guile, that used craftiness. That was a nation of people. He came in the spirit of Esau and Cain, the wicked. He's doing the work of Satan. That serpent was a nation of people. That was a man. That was a witch, a sorcerer. The scriptures speak in Revelation chapter 2 about how the devil is going to cast some of us into prison. This is Revelation 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful to death, and I will give thee a crown of life. All right. So the devil is talking about the so-called white man. He's the devil. All right. He's the devil. Meaning what? Deceiver. He's our adversary. Diablos in the Greek, it says what? Prone to slander, slanderous, accusing falsely. Look at this, man. Who's the accuser of the brethren? Slanderer. A false accuser. That's Esau, Edom, man. These Karens, these everyday Edomites, they're it's in their spirit they hate our people. It's in their spirit they hate the Israelites. This is metaphorically applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of God, may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. Yeah. See? He's siding with Satan. He's doing the work of Satan, this nation of people. And what you see in the earth, that the abominable a community that they forming and they pushing different things on the children, wickedness. What nation of people are doing that? That's the Edomites, man. This is Revelation 20. I want to get that word Satan. The word Satan says adversary. That's what it means. Adversary. One who opposes another in purpose or act, the name given to. It says the prince of evil spirits, the inveterate adversary of God and Mashiach. We have to understand that Satan is doing the work. Satan is working for the Most High. All right? Satan is working for the Most High. The spiritual being Shaitan is working for the Most High. And that's on the left hand. All right? It's a Satan like man. You scroll down, Satan like man. Satan. That's the Edomites. All right? That's what it means, adversary. Who's our adversary? Esau, Edom. Esau, Edom. Okay, verse 2. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. So who's the devil? The so-called white man, Edomites. Who's Satan? The so-called white man, Edomites. And they know they Satan. They know they the devil. They know that. That's why when you read the book of well, let's get Second Thessalonians. Second Thessalonians chapter 2. Verse 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. This is, they're being revealed, the wicked, that lawless one, the one that's pushing rebellion, the wicked. This is a capital W right there. He's being revealed by the prophets. All right, the prophets are the mouthpiece of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. And it says what? And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. You have different people exposing Esau as well. His own people exposing him. Different whistleblowers exposing him, his own people. Okay, but He's really been exposed by the prophets. And it says what? And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So the wicked is being revealed, and Yahweh Bashim Shai is planning to destroy Esau, Edom. Verse 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Okay? It's different pharmaceutical drugs and science and pseudoscience, man. Different Project Blue Beams and his deception. Different potions, the different, people taking a jab and whatnot, and different things, man. Different signs on the left-hand side. His counterfeit power, Verse 10, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they may be saved, that they might be saved. The New American Standard Bible says, and with all the deception of wickedness for those who perish, because they did not accept the love of the truth, so as to be saved. Verse 11, for this reason, God will send upon them a deluding influence so that they will believe what is false. And that's what you see. The majority of our people are blind. They still believe in America. They still trust in the system. They still trust in the so-called white man. So Yahweh Bashim Shai sent them a strong delusion to keep them in that mindset, to keep them blinded. Those are the undesirables. This truth is only for the elect of the nation of Israel. Because 2/3 of our people here in America will be destroyed. According to prophecy, verse 11, KJV says, and for this cause, God shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. Who is that deluding influence? Who's influencing the world with their wickedness and their wine, the wine of Babylon? The powers that be, Esau, Edom. Starting with the elite bankers. Let's get Revelation chapter 18, verse 23. And the light of the candle shall shine no more at all in thee. In the voice of the bridegroom. It says, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. See that? These nations will shoot missiles at America, according to prophecy. These nations are mad. They're fed up. That's why they're doing away with the dollar. Okay, we're about to enter to World War III very soon. But before that, the devil's going to come down having great wrath, right? He shall cast some of you into prison. Who? The devil. That serpent. That sorcerer, that witch that's using witchcraft in the media, witchcraft everywhere. Different enchantments. The Disney Channel, enchantments. Different cartoons, enchantments. These different subliminal messages, enchantments. The New American Standard Bible says, and the light of a lamp will never shine in you again. Right, because America is going to be destroyed. And the voice of the groom and bride will never be heard in you again. Right, because this place will be desolate. For your merchants were the powerful people of the earth, because all the earth, Salakia, because all the nations were deceived by your witchcraft. That old serpent still working wickedness. And he's using what? Witchcraft, sorcery, enchantments. This nation of people, they're the Edomites that's doing that, and they're ruling in these last days. They're using counterfeit power. They call evil good and good evil. That's their standard. Do without will. That's why it's wickedness in the earth. Wickedness is in the earth. The sins reach the heavens, right? Babylon the Great will be destroyed. What? Who? America. Who's ruling America? Esau, Edom. Let's get that's gonna be Revelation 12. Revelation 12 verse 12. Revelation 12 verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. See, the devil is not talking about the spiritual being Satan with two horns and a pitchfork. No, it's talking about a nation of people, man. They're the devil. They're the deceivers of the world. Okay? For the devils come down unto you having great wrath. They're going to have great wrath very soon. That's why they have their super soldiers. That's why they have what? They have the different robot dogs and robot animals, and they have robots to kill and to destroy, robot dogs and stuff. He's going to have great wrath because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So he's going to what? Come down with great wrath. He's going to persecute the Israelites. Mainly, he's going to persecute the Israelites. Okay? You so-called Negroes, you so-called Latinos, you so-called Native Americans, you are the Israelites. You're Jacob. You come from Jacob. Our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. All right? Abraham, he had what? Two sons, Isaac and Ishmael, but the promise went to Isaac. Then what? Isaac had two sons, Jacob, Esau. The promise went to Jacob. The two main characters here on earth, man. Okay? What's that in the Apocrypha? Good is set against evil, I believe. No, I think it's that one. Let me try to find it real quick. Salakia. This is yeah, Sirach 33. Yep, Sirach 33, verse 14. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. Okay? Because the Heavenly Father, He's balanced. He's a balanced power. All right, you got good and evil. You have up, down. You have righteousness. You have wickedness. He create peace. He create evil. All right? We're talking about the power of the universe here. Good is set against evil. And what you see, you seeing Esau putting wickedness for good, and he calling good evil. He's saying evil is good. He's saying good is evil. So that's part of the gospel. Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah destroying our enemies, destroying Esau, Edom, taking him out of rulership. Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. For Esau is the end of the world. Okay, the end of this age. When you go into that word world, it goes into an age, a period of time. He's ruling for a period of time. But the Heavenly Father is what? It's going to consume him. And we just read that in 2 Thessalonians. He's been revealed. And also what? Yahweh Bashim Ashah is going to consume him. He's going to destroy him with the brightness of his coming. Remember the scriptures say how he hates Esau. It's Malachi chapter 1, verse 1. The burden of the word of Yahweh to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith Yahweh, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith Yahweh? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. All right? Look at that. That's the point. He hates Esau. Esau's Edom, the Edomites. That wicked seed, that wicked root. All right? That wicked seed were, ruling during the time of Yahushua, when Yahushua was on the scene. All right? This is John 8, verse 44. This is Yahushua speaking. Ye are of your father the devil. Talking about who? The so-called white men, the Romans, the wicked. And the lust of your father ye will do. We had wicked Israelites acting like the so-called white man, hating a brother, hating Yahushua. Okay? He was a murderer from the beginning. Who murdered Cain? Salakia. Who murdered Abel? Cain did. His wicked brother, right? That same spirit. That's that same spirit. Okay? Everything's being reincarnated. He was a murderer from the beginning, and the bold not in the truth. There's no truth with the so-called white man. There's no truth in the majority of you wicked Israelites that's coming against the prophets. That's why 2/3 will die. Everything's being written. Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah is reserving the wicked of our people fortune as well. Okay, it says what? And the bold not in the truth, because there's no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. That's that serpent in the garden. That serpent, that wicked root, Cain, Esau, Romans, the Greeks. All right. The Edomites, so-called white man, the so-called white man doing what? Working wickedness. Okay, there's no truth in the so-called white man. Did not Cain lie to Yahweh? Am I my brother's keeper? He ain't know. He said he don't know where his brothers at, but he just murdered him. He lied to Yahweh. What you see on the forefront in today's society: lies, sorcery. It's Revelation chapter 21, verse 8. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. This is a future prophecy. This is going to happen. Missiles will be shot in America. It's going to be a lake of fire here in America. Okay? And who's going to take part of that lake of fire? The wicked of our people in these different nations that's here in America. Okay? Esau, Edom, on down. The murderers, the whoremongers, the sorcerers, the idolaters. Idolatry, that's a form of witchcraft. These different nations uses witchcraft with their idols, man. It says sorcerers and all liars. Esau, he's the top liar. His lies run through the earth. Shall have their part in the lake which burns with fire and brimstone, which is the second death, because the first death already happened during the time of the flood. And this is going to be a second death. You see? This place is going to get hit with missiles, according to the scriptures. But I forgot to look up this word in Revelation 18. I want to look up that word sorceries. It goes back to pharmakia, okay? And it says the use of the administering of drugs, poisoning. Who's poisoning the people? Esau, Edom. Who's doing these things? It says sorcery, magical arts, often found in connection with idolatry and fostered by it. Right. Witchcraft, and idolatry is a form of witchcraft. Because people think is a witch is a person with a long nose that's green, conjuring up a wicked stew, laughing and with long nails, and that's part of Esau's deception. It says metaphorically the deceptions and seductions of idolatry. So pharmakia goes back to the use of administering drugs. Look at the pharmaceutical company, man. Look, man, it's making people sick, causing different side effects. People are addicted to the pills. You see, that's part of his sorcery, man. This man has to be taken out. This nation, the people need to go. This man is working wickedness. You think this man gonna be? You think they God's chosen people? That's why the scriptures say he hates Esau. He hates this nation of Edom. I want to bring out Isaiah chapter 47. Isaiah 47 verse 10. For thou This is Isaiah 47 verse 11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Therefore, it says, stand now with thy enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be that thou mayest prevail. Talking about America being destroyed. And also talking about how his enchantment's not going to work. His sorcery's not going to work. Okay? The people that are using different spells, it ain't going to work no more. Okay? Everything's been controlled by Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua anyway. Verse 13, thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. It came to naught. His counsel came to naught, who Esau Edom. Because he think he want to rule forever. He wants to rule forever. He think he's going to rule forever, but he's not. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. And hey, there's no escaping the judgment because the judgment's already written. All right? This man is using sorceries and witchcraft nonstop. This man deals with witchcraft. He's the witch. He's that wicked witch, man. Casting spells and enchantments through the media, music, different color schemes, his pharmaceutical drugs, sorcery, witchcraft. To practice witchcraft or sorcery, use witchcraft. A sorcerer. To enchant or practice magic. That's the serpent in the garden. Nakash in the Hebrew. All right. So with that, all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakodash, Shalom.